Hi guys, Mike Greer here with a quick video tour of the Goodwill Community Foundation's LearnFree.org website. Now, you can jump in here, learn at your own pace, 750 free lessons, 250 videos, and there's no registration, nothing. You just jump in and start learning stuff in nice bite-sized chunks. Some of the topics include, I'm just going to click here on technology, computer basics, Microsoft Excel, Facebook, we see all the Google family of products. Reading, two different tracks you take, whether do you already speak English or are you learning English? There's some topics related to that. And of course, we click more here to see all of them, but I'm just going to give a quick overview right now. Math related topics, career related topics, career and planning, job search, resume writing, interviewing skills. What are the more popular classes? Google Drive and Docs, and we're going to look at that one in a little bit of detail here, as well as how to get started with that iPad, Pinterest, blog basics, what is Google Chrome and Publisher 2010, and so forth. Mobile apps. These are apps that GCF provides that you can use to learn on the go. And finally, if you look at all topics, we're looking at Microsoft Office, Windows, even Windows 8, which we're also going to look into briefly. Internet basics, some stuff on social media, and on and on. So let's just jump into the social media zone here. I'm going to go to that all topics listing first. And up comes quite a large list of stuff here, divided into categories. We have the Google family of products, the Apple family of products, Microsoft Excel and Office, and these are all substantial tutorials. How to use information, how to search, internet basics, getting involved with a blog, Facebook 101, using Microsoft Office, PowerPoint, OpenOffice, just on and on. Then we also have some everyday life skills, using an ATM, working with buses, counting change, reading labels. Quite a huge list of life skills stuff there. And so we see there's a lot of courses to choose from. Now, I'm going to just jump into one of these. Let's say the social media area. I'm going to open that. And we see that we have quite a lot of choices here, topics we want to check into. Notice what's going on at the top is the navigation here is very easy for us. We see we're at the all topics, then we've gone into the social media zone. So now let's jump into the Google family. You hover on top of any of them, and it tells you a little bit about what you're going to find in that category. So let's go to the Google chunk. Sure, let's check that out. What comes up then is a whole bunch of good stuff. Now I'm going to go to Google Drive and Docs. Click that, and notice that we get a summary here. The cloud storage service tells us other topics that relate to this tutorial. Google Documents, Google Spreadsheets, complete topics. Each of these is a lesson, and there are also a number of videos. So I'm going to scroll down past that beginning and just see what started here. So all about Google Drive and Docs. Up comes a introductory, sort of a slideshow here. Click Next. And we go through a brief introduction. And so I click and allow this little video to run. And we're jumping to YouTube with a 55-second video that comes from Google, and that's Google's own Google Drive overview. So why use it? And it tells us why we use it. You get 5 gigabytes, and of course now I think there might even be a little more that they've just recently announced. And this featured slideshow here goes through features of Google Drive. Okay, so very easy to manage, bite-sized chunk. Go on to the next topic in this area. What is Google Docs? An overview of Google Docs, why use it, how the different formats they take, the different icons. And here's a challenge which gives you an opportunity to practice the use of some of the information you learned. So I'm going to go back here. Notice I can retrace my steps here. I'm going to go back to Google Drive and Docs, that main area. Look at that main collection of lessons. And let's say that I'm a more advanced user. I can jump right into this notion of sharing and collaborating, which I'd like to learn more about. I've already been using Google Docs. I just haven't shared them. So this is going to introduce me to the sharing process. Little 4-minute video. Just check that out and see what that looks like. And that's a YouTube video. Professionally produced here.
Drive is an excellent tool for collaborating on Google Docs, projects, and other files. Because everything is stored in the cloud, there's no need to email files back and forth. Instead, you can work on the exact same document with anyone you want. All the other person needs is a Google account of their own. To get started, select the file you want to share using the checkbox on the left. Then click the Share button.
Okay, so you get the idea. We have a 4-minute and 15-second video here that's going to walk us through the process of sharing and collaborating in overview form. I'm going to close this video, go back to the learning materials, and there's some summary text there, some step-by-steps that you can use when you're setting up your account, locate the various action buttons and what they do. So it's a real nice introduction, a deep dive into the use of Google Docs. This is the kind of thing that isn't necessarily provided by Google. So it really gets you into it and gets you effective with Google Docs. So let's go back up to the All Topics under Google. If you want to learn more about Gmail, the use of Google Spreadsheets, and other topics, you can jump right in and take similar lessons. Let's go back up to All Topics here. Go back down to that social media category again. Now let's take a look at Pinterest. Let's say you've heard about Pinterest, you've seen other people's stuff on it, but you're just not sure how it works. And the great thing about this is that we start with a lesson and all about Pinterest. It's very visually appealing. What is Pinterest? How does it work? So we get lots of text information there. Down here at the bottom we have resources and links, so I'm going to open that in another tab and see what we get to. What is Pinterest? And we go to Pinterest's own introduction. So linkage to other stuff, everything you need to know about Pinterest. We click here and up comes this tab, which I've previously opened. And this is from TechCrunch. And TechCrunch tells us through this large infographic all kinds of good stuff about Pinterest. So as you can see, this little course on Pinterest is loaded and how Pinterest can drive online sales. This is particularly interesting is who uses Pinterest. So we look down here and we get some sort of case studies. It's simply a matter of are you using it just to stay organized, or you're using it to share with your friends, or maybe even promote your business. So we go through here and we get some case studies. Amelia telling why she uses Pinterest, Luke telling why he pins, and I'm blitzing through here because you can come back and check this out for yourself. And Jessie, how she just uses Pinterest for all sorts of cool stuff. So meal planning, party planning, education and inspiration. Okay, so really quite a fun look at some examples. Now we're going to go back up to where it's social media. We go back up to all topics and go into the Windows area here, if I can find that. Go under Microsoft and look at Windows 8. You know, Windows 8 is very controversial, but it's being shoved out at us whether we like it or not. If you're a Windows user, you will use 8. So a quick update. This is only updated last month, and already these folks are on top of it, and some frequently asked questions about Windows 8.1. But let's just look the big picture wise. Windows 8.1 features, and what we see comes up with a little video tour, 3.5-minute tour here. Very similar to the last video tour. I'm not going to run it, but you can see it's there to begin that orientation. How's it different from earlier versions of Windows? Describes in detail the interface changes and really gives you a nice orientation to the notion of hot corners and tiles, the charms bars, and all that stuff that winds up being so confusing if you're an experienced Windows user. So we can get up here and navigate. Notice if I pause over lesson 2, I know we're on page 2. I'm going to say, okay, I want to learn how to use just the music and video apps. So I can jump right immediately to lesson 14. Up comes some info on how you access and set up manage your files and folders, to set up libraries and music libraries and work with them. Creating an Xbox profile and linking it to that. So, lots of good stuff here. We see by looking at these pull-down menus at what the other available topics in the Microsoft area are using SkyDrive. Really quite a comprehensive and easy to use bunch of stuff about Windows 8. So let's go back to all topics again. And what you've got here is an incredible list of things. Each one of these will help you become proficient, absolutely free, in a nice, simple, bite-sized series of lessons and practices, and quite often, sometimes even little quizzes are presented. So, summarizing, GCFLearnFree.org is a collection of over 750 free lessons, 250 free videos, online classes, links to outside resources, a continually updated series of blog posts. And as you see here, we're looking at these computer skills, reading skills, math skills, general career skills, and as you saw from our collection, life skills. These are the popular ones now, some of the most popular topics, web-related, how to use Chrome, etc., mobile apps, and just on and on. Great stuff. Some of the best free training you'll find. Enjoy!